Welcome to my channel, Worldwise. I bet you didn't know about the incredible heist that took place in Nice, France in 1976. The Société Générale Bank in Nice, France looked super safe, a fortress of finance in the heart of the city. Its vault, built like a fort with steel and concrete, held lots of money from rich people, a treasure trove of wealth and secrets. Nobody thought anything unusual was happening. The bank bustled with its usual activity, employees and customers going about their business, but under the city, a secret plan was taking shape. A group of robbers was digging a tunnel, inching closer to their target with every passing day. On the morning of July 19, 1976, bank workers went to the vault ready for a normal week. They had no idea what awaited them, but what they found was a total nightmare. The vault was empty. The unimaginable had happened. The vault's giant 20-ton door, supposed to be super secure, was wide open. It was a sight that defied belief. Inside, hundreds of empty safety deposit boxes were just sitting there, their contents vanished without a trace. The robbers were gone, leaving behind a crazy crime scene and a note that became famous: without weapons, without hate, without violence. Nice was in shock. The audacity of the heist was unprecedented. How could this happen right under their noses? The police were confused, scrambling for answers. The vault's fancy alarms weren't touched. It was as if the robbers had simply walked in and out. There were no broken locks, no explosions, no one saw a thing. The heist was executed with surgical precision. The robbers disappeared like magic, leaving the city in a state of bewilderment. They didn't know the answer was hidden under the streets of Nice. A story of careful planning and a very bold robbery. The mystery of the tunnel heist would go down in history. The leader of this crazy plan was Albert Spaggiari, a regular photographer with a big secret. Spaggiari was a mix of things: a former soldier who liked taking risks, a charming guy who was also very smart. He spent months studying the bank, its schedule and its weak spots. Spaggiari rented a safety deposit box inside the vault, so he could go in and look around. He took lots of pictures of the vault, noticing every little thing. He found a big problem with the security. The alarms were turned off on weekends. His plan was both risky and clever. He would get a team together to dig a tunnel from the sewers right into the vault. It needed perfect timing, lots of bravery, and total belief in his crazy idea. Everything was ready for one of the biggest heists ever, a story of human smarts and criminal ambition. Spaggiari's plan depended on a secret underground world, a maze of old sewer tunnels under Nice. Spaggiari found some expert tunnel diggers, men who knew the sewers really well. For months at night, these sewer rats, as they were called, worked very hard. It smelled terrible down there. The air was wet and stinky. With picks, shovels, and lots of willpower, they dug through the dirt, inch by inch. They made the tunnel stronger with wood and metal so it wouldn't fall down. They even put in a fan to bring in fresh air so they could work for hours. The tunnel was almost a kilometer long, showing how hard they worked and how much they believed in Spaggiari's plan. As they got closer to the vault, the work got harder. They used special drills and torches to cut through the vault's thick walls, all while being super quiet. Each day, the vault, once thought super safe, got closer and closer. They were almost there. News of the Société Générale robbery shocked all of France. How bold it was and how clever amazed everyone. But the police were under pressure to solve the case. They started a huge investigation, talking to hundreds of people, checking every clue and going through tons of evidence. Detectives searched the city, but the robbers were gone. The tunnel, their secret path, was hidden really well. The only clues were the robbers' note on the vault wall and their tools, which were perfectly clean, with no fingerprints. Weeks turned into months and the clues disappeared. The investigation seemed stuck. The police couldn't find the robbers or the stolen money. The Société Générale robbery was becoming one of France's biggest unsolved mysteries. Everyone wondered if the clever robbers would ever be caught. Just when it seemed like the robbers got away with it, something happened. Someone told the police, a person who was mad at one of the robbers, about a bar in Marseille. There in the smoky bar, the police finally got lucky. The informant told them the name of one of the robbers, a friend of Albert Spaggiari. The police acted fast and started watching Spaggiari. They watched everything he did, listened to his phone calls, waiting for him to make a mistake. Finally, After weeks of careful work, they had enough to arrest him. They caught Spaggiari at a cafe with a copy of The Adventures of Arsène Lupin under his arm. Spaggiari's arrest shocked France. The normal photographer was really the mastermind of the Société Générale robbery. The newspapers went crazy, calling him the Sewer King and the Napoleon of crime. But Spaggiari stayed quiet, keeping his secrets. Spaggiari's trial was a huge media event, drawing attention from all corners of the world. The courtroom was full of reporters, curious onlookers, and people who had lost their savings in the robbery, all wanting to see the man who did the impossible. But Spaggiari didn't seem bothered at all. He appeared calm and collected, almost as if he was enjoying the attention. He acted like a charming rascal, telling stories about his adventures and claiming he was innocent, captivating the audience with his charisma. In 1977, during a court date, Spaggiari made a daring escape that would make him even more famous and infamous. While the judge was reading something, Spaggiari said he needed to talk to his lawyer, a seemingly innocent request. Suddenly, in a move that shocked everyone, he jumped over the railing, landed on a table, and then leapt out the window. A motorcycle was waiting for him outside, and he sped off into the distance, leaving everyone in the courtroom in utter disbelief. Spaggiari's escape was a perfect ending to his already crazy story, a tale that seemed too wild to be true. Some people thought he was a hero, a symbol of bravery and cleverness, someone who outsmarted the system. Others thought he was nothing more than a criminal who stole a fortune and managed to get away with it, a symbol of lawlessness. The Société Générale heist, forever connected to his name, became both a warning and an inspiration, a story about how far people will go, whether for good or bad. After his daring escape from custody, Spaggiari vanished into thin air, like a ghost story whispered in the cafes of Nice. His disappearance was so complete, it was as if he had never existed at all. He became a fugitive for the rest of his life, a shadow that eluded capture. No one knew where he was, and with each passing year, his story grew more legendary, more embellished. Some speculated he fled to South America, living a life of luxury with the stolen money, surrounded by the exotic allure of tropical paradises. Others believed he underwent plastic surgery, altering his appearance to live a normal life in secret, blending into the urban landscape unnoticed. Spaggiari resurfaced only once in a cryptic letter sent to a French newspaper. It was a tantalizing glimpse into his elusive existence. In the letter, he taunted the police, boasting about the robbery and claiming he was living a good life free from their grasp. Despite his bravado, he maintained his innocence, insisting that the robbery was a victimless crime, targeting only a wealthy bank. He signed the letter Amigo, a final flourish from a master showman. Spaggiari's life of intrigue ended in 1989. His body was discovered outside his mother's house in Italy, a poignant end to his enigmatic journey. The circumstances of his death remain shrouded in mystery, a fitting conclusion for a man who lived life on his own terms, always one step ahead. The Société Générale robbery, forever linked to his name, continues to captivate the imagination, a testament to the fact that sometimes reality is stranger than fiction. Spaggiari, the audacious mastermind, the charming rogue, became a legend. His story serves as both a cautionary tale and an enduring enigma, a puzzle that may never be fully solved. My next video watching now